Editor, if you could go ahead and censor this can out, blur that out or something, I'd really appreciate it. Before we start popping Xannies and whacking Willies, we have a fun little ceremony that I have planned. Isn't that cool? A bunch of 2021 sunglasses. Did I just fuck this up? Check it out, guys. It's a bunch of 2021 glasses to celebrate the new year. Check it out. They have an epilepsy mode. Now, if I had epilepsy, I would now know that I had it because I would be having a seizure. You know, whenever I bought these, I thought that they'd arrive a little bit sooner. It's currently the 6th, and this video likely won't come out for another few days. So, this was a waste of money. This isn't like particularly funny. I have to use them somewhere. So, I mean, like, I've got to use them in a video, right? Or else I just spent like $10 to buy these stupid shitty glasses for no reason. And they didn't sell them individually, so I had to get half a dozen of them. You know, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, right? Like, I can't throw these away. I spent $8 whole on them. I'm not gonna throw away $8 and then in like 6 months I'm gonna be like, I have 6 2021 light up glasses. Why do I own these things? These are garbage and I'm gonna throw them away. That's just how it's gonna be. I could wear these the whole video, but what do you guys think? Do you think it would be distracting if I wore this the whole video? How about now? Would this be a thing that you enjoy looking at for an entire video? How about this? Would this be better? Yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, we made it through 2020. Only 9 more 2020s left until we're smooth sailing. If there's one thing I've learned from the 20th century, it's that after the 20s, everything was just dandy. But yeah, you clicked on the video, presumably, to hear about the people in the title of the video. This funny thing that I spent money on is just worthless now, so... What's Xanderhal been up to since I made my little video about him? I just sort of stopped keeping up with him altogether, and I was able to do that very successfully, up until somebody retweeted a tweet by Willie Mack with a clip of Xanderhal. It really does give a pretty good idea of what Xanderhal's been up to lately.
Leftists need to infiltrate the YouTube drama community.
No.
The YouTube drama community is, at best, marginally center-left leaning, and at worst, full-on, like, reactionary alt-right, like with Keemstar.
That's just politics, buddy. Most people are those positions. I'm gonna play a fairly long and uninterrupted clip of Xanderhal just talking. I'm just gonna let him talk.
There is not any leftist representation in the YouTube drama sphere. And I plan on getting into that quite hard. When there is YouTube drama happening, like non-political YouTube drama happening, I'm going to worm my way into that shit, and I'm going to give my takes on it. I'm going to try to build myself into that community. I'm going to be building bridges with other non-political YouTubers. You've seen me trying to do it with, I've done it with JXC, I'd say. I'm trying to do it with Long Beach Griffey. I'm going to be doing it with other non-political YouTubers. That is good. This is a win. I will do everything in my power when I am large enough to try to get him on my channel for a talk. That would be a big win. That would be a big win.
Xanderhal, you sound like an evil guy. If I were one of these people, I would now be very wary of you because you talked about me as though I was some sort of like pawn in your great scheme to infest the YouTube drama community. If you want to do the thing that you're trying to do, this is an awful clip. And the thing that you're trying to do is stupid in the first place. I mean, I can see it. I can see Xanderhal making YouTube drama videos. His overall temperament and attitude seems to be well adjusted for it, which is an insult. The YouTube drama community is a fucking pit of garbage. I'm gonna do a more holistic, just why I don't like Xanderhal or people of his ilk a ton at the end of the video, but I sort of have to talk about Willie Mack too. Willie Mack shared this clip, which is a good, funny, epic cringe clip. But of course, Willie Mack couldn't leave it at that. Willie Mack had to say something stupid too. So beneath that, of course, he replied to his tweet saying, "I feel like most commentators aren't political. The best commentators just give common sense takes." I don't know where you think common sense comes from, but that is in fact political. People use the term common sense to justify all sorts of wild shit, you know? Oh, a man belongs with a woman and a woman belongs with a man. It's just common sense. It's just common sense. Like, what does that mean? Can you define that, like, in any way? Because it sounds like you're just vaguely appealing to, like, cultural values, which are pretty fucking political. Now, that's not to say that I think common sense is bad. I don't think that that's true. But, like, saying that it's not political is just stupid. Willie Mack and Xanderhal had a debate. Throughout that debate, Willie Mack was just like, "This is the problem with you, dude. You're always talking about why things are political. Everything comes back to politics."
As whether or not slavery should exist is a political opinion?
That's a political opinion?
Yeah, that is a political opinion.
That's just fucking dude, you always turn shit that's common sense into, and you just call it a political opinion.
It's like, no shit. First off, he's a political commentator. Of course it all comes back to politics. But second off, everything is political. That's like you're watching like an episode of like Alton Brown, you know, talking about the chemistry of food or whatever, and Willie Mack is looking at it, staring at the screen like, "Why does he keep talking about chemistry? This is food. Food isn't chemistry. It's food. You eat it. Chemistry is test tubes in a lab." It's just stupid. Like, it's just a very stupid idea of what the fuck politics means or what chemistry is. It's like saying that commentary channels have nothing to do with the field of psychology. Like, of course they have things to do with the field of psychology. They're people with minds that are talking about things. Or saying that the commentary community doesn't have anything to do with economics. It obviously does. If it wasn't mostly about money and engagement that ends up leading to more money, then you wouldn't have situations where every commentary channel makes the same shitty fucking video talking about the same boring fucking subject, repeating the same shit over and over again, and this massive incestuous orgy of bullshit. That wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the fact that commentary channels are all trying to leech off the success of each other's videos by making the same video, because they cannot be fucked to try to find something else that's interesting to talk about. In the debate between Willie Mack and Xanderhal, Willie Mack legitimately tries to make the point that for several months, the only person who was doing bad shit on the internet was fucking Pokimane, which is bafflingly stupid. Of course that's not the case, and of course that's bullshit. It's Future Wilson here. Future Wilson here to clarify some things that maybe weren't so clear before. Please don't comment about my nipples. Keep looking at the camera. I keep looking at the display and not the camera, and that's a problem. And really nothing is like inherently political, but politics is in the same way that science is sort of a situation where, you know, it's like a lens. It's a lens that you apply to the world, right? And so through that lens, obviously everything is political. I mean, really, the lens is politics, the lens is ideology, and it's a lens that you're always applying. So it's sort of everything is political, I guess. I don't know, man. But basically, I just wanted to sort of clarify that a little bit. That's more about it's politics isn't like a set of like material things so much as it is like an abstract way of looking at the world, I guess. I don't know, man. That's just, I don't know, man. This is just what Future Wilson is up to right now. People like Willie Mack are like, I hate talking about politics. I just hate it. And you know what? That's fine. You don't have to ever talk about politics ever. You really don't. You know what is a really stupid thing to do if you don't want to talk about politics? Hearing somebody else talking about politics and going up to them and telling them to shut up and that they're not supposed to talk about politics. If you don't want to talk about politics, then don't engage in the conversation about politics. It's that fucking simple. Turn off Good Eats. You don't have to learn about the chemistry of food. Nobody is forcing you to. You don't have to do these things. Look who's back from the future is Future Wilson here. And I have to clarify yet another thing yet again. And that other thing I'm having to clarify yet again, or another thing that I'm yet again having to clarify, is that I understand that there are situations in which people might be forced to talk about politics. I get that. But generally speaking, you don't have to engage. Willie Mack did not have to talk to a politics guy on the internet. That was not a thing that he was forced to do. There was no need for him to come out and defend himself or anything like that. It's just purely his own choice that he made, and then, you know, he does it and he bitches and moans about, oh, you're making everything political, like you're debating a politics person about politics. Like, fucking obviously, you whiny little baby, you signed up for this. I don't know what you expected. There's a plane flying overhead. I don't care. A plane can fly overhead. It's ambience. It's part of the video. The plane is part of the video experience, okay? Listen to the plane. It's part of the vibe I'm going for here. If you don't want to talk about politics, don't talk about politics. You don't cry like a little baby. You're like a little baby. You're pooping your pants. You just pooped your pants. You're stinky. You pooped your pants. You're a stupid little baby. You can't wipe your little baby butt. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not your mom. Your mom's dead. That's right. You're a stinky little baby with a dead mom. So, that's the moral of that story. I hope that these interjections of me talking without a shirt help to break up the monotony of me talking with a shirt. But I suppose I should talk about the debate, because there was a debate. I mean, I mentioned it already, but there was a debate. Obviously, the deck is stacked in favor of Xanderhal. Inevitably, the conversation's going to delve into politics, and then Xanderhal is just going to know way more than Willie Mack. And so I figured, well, Xanderhal's probably going to destroy him. That's not actually really what happened even. Like, definitely in terms of the aesthetics of things, Xanderhal didn't do particularly great. And even in terms of argumentation, he did a kind of a shitty job. Like, Xanderhal couldn't fucking explain anything in a succinct way, so he would just ramble on. And then Willie Mack has the attention span of a fucking goldfish, so every few seconds he'd be like, dude, we're so off topic. Willie Mack would like sort of push things into a tangent, and then Xanderhal would, you know, talk for like 3 minutes at a time, and then Willie Mack would like forget what the fuck he was doing or where he was or what any of this is about, and he'd be like, dude, we're like so off topic right now.
I don't even remember what we were talking. We were talking about Keemstar, and look how.
Yeah, sure.
And it'd just like end that line of argumentation, and they'd move on to like another collection of clips that Willie Mack had. It was really bad and honestly quite boring to watch. Several times throughout the debate, Xanderhal would be like, wow, Willie Mack, you sure are mad. And Willie Mack would be like, yes, I'm mad. That's why I'm having this discussion with you.
Play bitch ass exe.
.exe, yeah.
What a great name.
I must have really gotten under your skin, Willie.
You're not somebody that has very good common sense when it comes to things.
Damn, you sound pretty mad about it, dude.
That shit. Yeah, I'm not happy.
Sure, I mean, you can have your opinion about it, okay.
Yes, he's mad. It's just so fucking stupid. You know, Xanderhal tries to be like, Willie Mack, I'm certain that you're far right. I know you're far right, Willie Mack, but Willie Mack really doesn't do anything to indicate that other than get angry that Xanderhal is talking about politics. Maybe he's kind of reactionary in some ways, and maybe not in others. I don't know. His political values seem to be based basically purely around the overall values of the commentary community. That's what his political values seem to come from. I think what Xanderhal is going to do, in his little attempt to make the commentary community not so reactionary, which it's not super reactionary. It seems to have some somewhat reactionary beliefs, but it's very nebulous. It is within the realm of like common sense disagreements with certain elements of identity politics, and maybe like that's probably mostly it, And by commentary, I mean drama. I'm using those two words interchangeably. I understand. We're not talking about fucking Danny Gonzalez here. We're talking about like Keemstar-esque figures and like Willie Mack and leafy derivatives. That's what we're talking about, obviously. Xanderhal is just going to push those people to be more overt in their politics. Xanderhal is going to be the catalyst for the thing that he was talking about happening. I feel like he is. He's going to pull the commentary community people into more and more conversations about politics, where they have to be more open with the reactionary views that they have. And I think that that's just going to make things worse. I think it's better that it be a subtext underneath the surface than out in the open. This is mostly just me talking out of my ass. I don't really know any of the stuff I'm about to say for a fact. But I feel like as YouTube has gotten more strict with the things that it limits, it's also limited the ways in which people can be edgy. So before, you could be edgy in like a very literal way, right? Like you could say super vulgar shit, or you could eat a cake full of hair and vomit everywhere, or something like that. You could do those things. But now, really the only way to be edgy is to have a controversial opinion. And I think that that's made like communities like commentary maybe worse. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but I do think it's good for especially kids to have a place where an environment where they can be sort of edgy. And I think the commentary community is also good because all of the conflicts that take place in the commentary community just don't fucking matter. Drama shit rarely ever amounts to anything important. I think it's much better that like a 14-year-old get really involved in the commentary community than get really involved in some sort of political shit. I think that one is a better place to push boundaries and stuff than the other, because I think that the other could result in some nasty shit forming. And Xanderhal is going to transform the commentary community from what it is now to a more overtly reactionary and politically oriented community. Now, I don't think that he'll actually do that because I don't think he has that kind of sway, but I think that the sort of logic that he's applying, the sort of idea that he has, would lead to something like that. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I have no clue. I think the drama community is terrible. It's full of garbage, but I do think that like that element of it is like sort of valuable. All of this is not to say that like people like Keemstar aren't bad. Like Keemstar's gone on the kill stream. I don't care if it was a year ago. That was like a year and a half ago. Keem is a different person now. It's like, what are you talking about? The guy's like 40 and he's peddling like election fraud rumors and stuff. So like, sorry, I don't really buy that. And Leafy is not much better than Keemstar. But hey, Keemstar isn't talking about politics a ton on Drama Alert, and that's, at the very fucking least, there's that. I sort of said that I would end off the video with some general critiques for people like Xanderhal and people of his ilk. And part of it is this trying to brand themselves as edgy. They're not very good at it, so they just copy right-wingers, and I'm sorry, guy. Like, you gotta do something different. You can't just be edgy in the exact same way that, like, the right is edgy, because then you are racist. Then you just say racist shit. So first you gotta drop the tactical N-bomb, and then while they're distracted, you get up behind them and get them in a fucking headlock. You get them in a fucking verbal headlock, and you destroy them with facts and logic. It's really dumb. That shit has only made them look bad. That's sort of secondary to like this I'm very smart attitude that these people have, and like the ego and stuff that seems to go behind it is also really frustrating. I mean, that's sort of almost the centerpiece of the first video I did about him. And you know, the kinds of communities that people like that build up are more cult of personality-ish. I don't know. I obviously have political and philosophical disagreements with Xanderhal. However, I don't really intend to share those things because I am but a child, basically. Granted, Xanderhal probably doesn't know any more than I do. He's what, like 2 years older than me, 2 or 3 years older than me, but I don't feel comfortable putting myself in a position where like I'm responsible for teaching somebody about something, or putting myself in a position where I might be the only representative to the ideas that I have, because that's stressful. That's just a bunch of stress, and I don't want to deal with that. I guess that's it. I guess that's this video. That's what this video is. The thesis is that Xanderhal is dumb and Willie Mack is dumber. Hey, do you guys want to see some crazy shit? You guys want to see some crazy shit right here? Check out this fucking card I got. Check out this fucking card. Look at that. Look at those. Aren't those some hot titties right there? Wow, those are some hot titties. I'd like to get all up in that. Wait a sec. Oh no, those aren't titties. That's a stinky old butt. Maybe even a guy butt, no less. A butt of a guy? A butt? A stinky old butt? Well, I'm just floored. This is gonna give me a fucking headache. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later, I guess. Announcement time. Just a short little announcement, not a very big deal announcement or anything. This little announcement is that, hey, do you want me to draw something? I can draw something. Go ahead and comment it down below, or I don't know, send me a message on Twitter. My Twitter is my YouTube name. It's just @RealSunTV. Go ahead and look at that. Unless I change the name, who knows? I could do that. I'm a kind of a wild card like that. Also, Leafy video. I'm gonna do it in a little while. I'm not gonna do it right after this one, or probably not even the one after that. I sort of I feel like the more recent videos I've been doing sort of lack a certain I feel like I'm explaining stuff too much. I feel like I've been doing too much explaining and not as much goofing around. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on the goofing around element. Wow, you just can't see me. I just turned black for a second.